DozhaToldya.com.
Ain't no way I'm ever coming out for you.
DozhaToldya.com.
But I want some more. And I hope that I don't waste my time. I need to let him go. But I want some more. And I hope that I don't waste my time.
You're listening to DozhaToldya Radio.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Dame Doja. If you're looking to get your interview done or be a guest host on our podcast, hit us up at DozhaToldya@gmail.com. Bump what you heard. Remember who told you? It's DozhaToldya.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And all of that good stuff. That is the beautiful, the multi-talented. You know her from many of the songs that we play right here on the station. DozhaToldya Radio, man. This is the DozhaToldya Podcast, number 100. We Bite, part 2. 100, part 2, you dig? That was Kamillion. The name of the song is called Roll the Dice. And we are back with part 2, aka Politics and Allegations, with a little bit of sports. Yes, man, the DozhaToldya Podcast part 2, man. Thank you for everybody that stuck around. In case you have missed any part of part 1, you can go on the YouTube channel and check out part 1. Like, subscribe, you know, all that good stuff. Check us out on Twitch. We live on the Mixler app. If you would like to hear the entire show with all the music and all that involved, then go on the Mixler channel. It is right there, MIXLR/DozhaToldya Radio on the Mixler app. You did.
You're listening to DozhaToldya Radio.
And yeah, make sure you like and subscribe though on the real, man. You can find us on all platforms at DozhaToldya. And if you would like to leave a donation or, you know, suggestion, you can hit us up on the email, DozhaToldya@gmail.com. And the Cash App is right there. It's called DozhaToldya Radio on the Cash App, man. I appreciate all contributions. And if you don't like to give a contribution and you just want to share the live, that's also welcome. So I appreciate every and any support that you guys have to give. Amen. Thank you. You're quite welcome. Let's go ahead and get into it because we don't want to waste no time. But that was a beautiful song from the great Kamillion. It's been a minute since she dropped some music. You know, she's been actually, it ain't really been that long because she's just been busy with the show rap shit. So we glad to have her back in the studio, man. And that was a little Afro beats vibe that she had for us. Little Afro beats vibe, man. Multi-talented. She could do it all, man. Know what I'm saying? Any kind of genre, any kind of style. But she's a beast when she gets to rapping. So, man, congratulations to our sister Kamillion with yet another great song. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much for the contribution. So I'm saying, shout out to DJ TC. You can check his show out every Friday, 8:30-ish. And on Saturdays at 2 p.m. Yeah, check him out on Fridays and Saturdays on the Mixler and on the Twitch. You can follow him at DJ TCZ, TCEEZY. TCZ on the Twitch app. He'll be live on Friday night and playing R&B in the Saturday midday. And shout out to the heavy hitters, everybody. You know, DJ DJ Too Cute, rest of the heavy hitters, It's a lot of them. I don't want to confuse myself trying to name everybody. So I apologize for anybody that I may have forgot. But shout out to the heavy hitters, DJ crew on Twitch, and all these shows that they do throughout the weekend. Also, shout out once again to DJ Shed Street with his Sunday morning mixtape every Sunday morning, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. right here on DozhaToldya Radio. I don't know if he's going to be on for Super Bowl Sunday, but I'm pretty sure that he'll have an archive going of some sorts. But in case you do miss any of his ride outs on Sunday morning, you can always log in to the right here, that website right there, or you can get the Mixler app. If you go to it, you will see a list of the archives that we have, including the DozhaToldya Podcast. But yeah, you'll see that Sunday morning mixtape archive, and you can always listen to Shed whenever you feel like, listening to some positive, great Christian hip hop. The other day he was playing some music, man. I thought I was in the club, man. I was listening to it like 8 o'clock at night, man. Bending corners to the Christian hip hop. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, know what I'm saying? Fighting them demons off. Know what I'm saying? Getting my praise on. Know what I'm saying? While I'm goddamn delivering them pizzas with praise. You dig? Nah, man, but appreciate the support, Shed, and thank you for the contribution on the Cash App, man. Yes, sir, man. But again, this is the DozhaToldya Podcast #1 Haunted. And I've been doing this, and gonna keep doing this. So let's go ahead and get on with the rest of the show, because this is part 2, politics and allegations. And so there was a little bit that we forgot to talk about in part 1, and then we just gonna wrap it up and get into it on part 2. I'm actually just was a little nervous because it was part of a subject that I forgot to talk about in part 1, but I guess it was so nasty that I guess I saved it for part 2. That boy Drake, man. Forgot to talk about Drake in part 1, man. And I don't even really want to talk about it right now, but just the other day, you might have been wondering why Drake was trending online, or if you don't really get online, then allow me to let y'all know that Drake was trending online for one reason or another. I really don't want to say why he was trending, but y'all might already know. That boy Drake had a leak. And we ain't talking about a leak in his faucet. We talking about a leak from his phone, man. Yeah, man, that boy Drake, man, done let one of his doggone pictures, his thirst trap pictures, done leaked online. And one of them girls, done, know what I'm saying, that he was sending, I guess, a little dick pic to. But even worse than a dick pic, it was a dick video. Pause all of this. I apologize, but this is politics and allegations, so I hope the kids have been put to bed. And yeah, man, that man was man, it's just hard to even speak on, man. Yeah, man, I got on the internet and just was like, well, I wonder why Drake's trending. And I was like, oh my God, my virgin eyes. Pause all of this. Well, goodness gracious. The ladies, man, they just went to reposting it, and I just got offline. I just was like, nope. Won't get my virgin eyes. No, sir. But according to the ladies on Twitter, they were very pleased to what the leak produced. And then there was a couple of guys that made a couple of videos expressing their distaste and anger for Drake. I was like, God damn, man. He already Jewish, so he got money. He already light-skinned. He already could sing and rap. Now he want to leak his Johnson on the internet? It was like, now he want to be a porn star. Oh, man, it's still online, too. It's still online. They're supposed to get rid of that shit, man. Oh man, don't even look for it. Don't even look for it, because it's a lot of folks that's trying to compete, I guess. Folks out here trying to compete with Drake. So they want to show they out here trying to show they Johnson and stuff, man. In case you want to know what it looked like, man, I'm finna show y'all real quick what it looked like. So pause. Oh man, this is what the Drake leak looks like, man. Oh, y'all thought I was really gonna show it? Oh man. That was the elephant in the room, but nah, not that kind of elephant. All right, man. Bad jokes. Terrible jokes, man. Pause all of this. I didn't really want to talk about it, but it happened. And it was like, damn, this is the 100th episode. So, like, you know, we pulling out all stops. We pulling out all trunks. You know what I'm saying? My fucking eyes will never be the same again, man. I feel like this guy right here. I just feel like this, like, oh my God. What the hell did I get myself into by doing the damn podcast and getting on Twitter and pointing out viral moments? Fucking terrible. Shout out to Oppie, my boy Oppenheimer, man. Yeah, I feel just like you. I feel just like you, Oppenheimer. My fucking eyes can't take no more. But yeah, man. I don't even think he seemed to deny it either. It would seem that Drake didn't really even deny it. He got online and said something about, yeah, I wasn't trying to hide my Johnson from the women. I mean, from the world. I was hiding the world from my Johnson or something he got online. You know what I'm saying? Dude be on some funny stuff, but hey, man. I think that he really leaked his picture or his own video because Jay-Z was just getting a little too much love after that, after the Grammys. It just so happened that after the Grammys and Jay-Z did his speech, that the next morning the Drake leak happened. And it was like, damn, bruh. Now you want to do porno too, bruh? Cut it out, Drake. For goodness sakes. Yeah, don't do it, bro. That boy said, I won't be getting online anytime soon. Don't do it, bro. I'm telling you, because especially Twitter, you can't even trust Twitter because it just happened just like that. You'll be thinking you like, oh, strolling along on the Twitter feed and my freaking eyes. So yeah, man, I'm gonna have to really report to Sunday morning mixtape because I sure need some prayer, man. I need some prayer and some blessings to get my eyesight back because I am blind. I cannot see. I am legally blind. P.O.P. Hold it down. I am blind. You know what I'm saying? Like old girl said.
Barely, but I'm innocent. I ain't do nothing.
You can see though, right?
I'm legally blind. I can see, barely, but I'm innocent. I ain't do nothing. I don't know what's going on. All I know is my side of the story. I can't tell no other story. I'm innocent, and Mama, I love you. P.O.P. Hold it down. Right, these all good pimp squad, baby, for life.
For life. I'm scarred for life. Thanks to fucking Drake, man, and the fucking internet. Oh, man, earlier TC asked me if I was crying. I cried now. P.O.P. Hold it down. Oh, man. Stinking bad jokes, man. Stinking bad jokes. shit. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Pause. Oh, literally. I was choking a bit. Some may say, nah, I ain't gonna even do that. That's the ultimate pause bad joke. I'm just gonna move on. I'm just gonna move on, man. Yeah, man. Shit. Get the prayer oil ready. Super Bowl Sunday. I'll meet you on Mitzler for the Sunday morning mixtape, because we gonna need some prayer. We gonna need some mighty good prayers. But yeah, man, keeping it moving, man. I knew I should never even talked about that shit anyway. I ain't even talk about the fact that they tried to shade Nikki Minaj by acting like she was gonna win a Grammy Award when she actually never really won. They was like, yeah, Nikki won an award. Oh, nope. No, she didn't. How they make a mistake like that, man? They had a tweet go out talking about Nikki won, and then all of a sudden, they had to recant their story. They put this tweet out, the Recording Academy at the Grammys. Congrats, best rap winners. Barbie World. Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice featuring Aqua. Now you know damn well Barbie World wasn't going to win no damn Grammy. Nah, man. Drake stuff got you choking. That's crazy. Nah, man. Pause, man. Whoa. Whoa, that's crazy, son. That's crazy. Pause. All that, son. I can't even believe that you actually had the nerve to put that on the timeline, son. Somebody hurry up and make love and help me. Somebody save me. Somebody goddamn put something else up on the timeline, bruh. Like, oh, whoa. Violation, son. Somebody else type something quick. Get that off of the timeline, son. I don't need no more reminders. Yeah, man, but I can't believe they thought that they said that we was gonna believe that Nicki Minaj won a damn award for Barbie's World. Whoa! I had to get that up out of there. Yeah, get that up out of there. Pause. All that. I had to chime in myself on that one. All right, man. Moving right along, man. Yeah, man. They did Nicki Minaj dirty, man, making her believe that she won an award when she really ain't win, man. But yeah, pause all that, man. And another part that we skipped in part one is, shit crazy. That was crazy. Was the explanation for how Grammys are won. Here go an explanation for how Grammys are won from the president, I think, of the Academy. Recording Academy CEO reveals what it takes to win a Grammy. Let's hear from the horse's mouth.
Grammy. First, you have to understand that the only way to win is to have the membership of the Academy vote for you. In order to be a member of the Academy, you have to be a professional working in music in the United States. For now, the United States. Hopefully we grow that. But right now, if you're a working professional in the United States, you can become a member of the Recording Academy. Once you're a member of the Recording Academy, all the music gets submitted, the members listen to it, and they evaluate it on the quality of the art. Not the sales, not the streams, not how many fans, not how many followers, but purely on the opinion. And it's very hard, as you all know, because it's subjective. There's no best song or best record. It's just the opinion of the membership in that particular year. That's how you win a Grammy. That's it. The voters vote. There's no committees. There's no journalists. There's no labels. It's music professionals voting for their peers. Period.
Everybody seem to want to use that period, man. Pause that as well, man. But yeah, that is how you win a Grammy from the Recording Academy CEO. I don't know his name, but yeah, period. So yeah, man, it's voted on by your peers. It's not the Illuminati giving away the award. Or the machine, as some folks may say. And I mean, turns out they still got it wrong on their website. Like if you look on their website right now, it still say winners and nominees, Barbie World, Ice Spice, Nicki Minaj, and Aqua. Like it's still there. So I know Nicki was hot about that. It's still on the website. Somebody made a tremendous blunder. And I guess this proves some of the stuff that Nicki be saying when she be saying that they be playing games and they be hating on her greatness. Cause I'd be kind of hot if I just seen this and didn't watch the Grammys and I was like, oh, we won. Nope, we lost. Give me my money. Give me my money. Maybe she could sue for that. Y'all think she should get a lawsuit for that? That boy says definitely Illuminati. Nah, Illuminati is Illuminiki. She ain't here right now, man. But you can leave a message and I get right back to you. Nah, man. They say it's, voted on. Killer Mike won, so it's not the Illuminati, man. Stop all that, man. It's voted on. So yeah, man. We just wanted to kind of give y'all a little logical explanation for how those awards are won. And we can go ahead and get through with the allegations, man. So on the allegations part of the politics and allegations, Monique went on Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharpe's viral podcast. We still haven't watched the I've still yet to have watched the actual interview, but there are a couple of clips that have been circulating around, and Monique is not holding any punches. And we all know that Monique could be known as a truth teller, but to some, she can be known as a liar. It's up to you to decide who you would like to believe. Let's hear Monique as she speaks on an interaction that she's had with Kevin Hart on Club Shay Shay.
Well, soon as we got off the phone and they told us what Kevin's manager David Becky said, I called Kevin Hart immediately. I said, hey, baby, we just got off the phone with Endemol and they said Dave Becky called them up and said, you don't want anything to do with me. He said, Mo, that's a miscommunication. I can tell you right now. I said, wait a minute. Are you okay, though, with this white man calling them up? Getting in between our relationship after something you said. He said, Mo, that's a miscommunication and we're going to talk Tuesday. Don't worry about it. I'm telling you right now, it's a miscommunication. That was 2 years ago. If you talk to him, I talk to him. I've never talked back to Kevin Hart again. So that's what we're faced with. Well, soon as we got off the phone and they told us what Kevin's manager David Becky said.
Yeah, she on there telling like she got like she a part of YSL, man. she got on there telling like she a YSL affiliate. My boy Shannon Sharpe didn't know what to do. He just put his head down. He just put his head down like, oh, God damn, bro. What I got myself into? What? It's supposed to be a club. We supposed to be having fun. Y'all done turned this to this club tattletale. Talk about Club Shay Shay, man. Shannon Sharpe didn't know what else to do. He just put his head down. Oh, man, I'm going to have to check out this one, man, because Monique on there just telling it all. She might be telling all truth. She might be telling all lies, but she showed telling it all.
Woman, do you know what my name would be?
Tattletale. Here go another clip
if I was a white woman, do you know what my name would be?
Wealthy.
Melissa McCarthy.
My boy said, wealthy. Now, that was a mean setup there, boy. That was a mean setup. And we ain't hating on Melissa McCarthy because I actually like her movies. But that might be a hell of a point. Baby said if she was a white woman, her name would be.
If I was a white woman, do you know what my name would be?
Wealthy.
Melissa McCarthy. If I was a white woman, my name would be Melissa McCarthy. Same track record. 5-year sitcom and syndication. Same track record. The opportunities are not the same. So when you have, and as you read all of those things off, and you say, wait a minute, Mo, none of them have this, none of them have that. We get judged by. If I.
Yeah, man. This might be one. This might be one of those, man. This might be Cat Williams, you know what I'm saying, part 2, a.k.a. Monique McCarthy on Club Shay Shay. On that thing, just telling it all, man. Club Tattletale.
Winfrey.
And she didn't hold no punches, man. And she didn't really, pick and choose who she was talking about. She went for all the heavy hitters, all the puppet masters. You know what I'm saying? She went for them all. Oprah, Tyler Perry, Kevin Hart, all of them. DL Hughley. She held no punches. Let's hear another one. This is what she had to say about Tyler Perry real quick.
Oprah Winfrey went totally silent. Now, to Tyler Perry's credit, Tyler Perry called us up, right? And he said, I can see the pain in you and I can hear it. And I want to let you know that I would never do nothing to hurt you. But the conversation kept going on. Only for Tyler Perry to admit he did start a rumor that I was difficult to work with. He lied. Only for Tyler Perry to admit I was wrong. And when my movie Boo come out, I'm going to say that, right? Now, here's where, when you did that interview with Kat, I could respect how you do it. Because Kat said, you let them people lie in your face. And your response was, Kat, I don't know if they're lying or not.
Right.
Because I can only take them at their word.
At their word.
Right?
Yes.
Well, we sent you the audio of Tyler Perry. I don't want you to take me at my word. I want you to hear his words. And what did you hear that man saying? What did you hear that man saying?
He said it.
What did he say?
Monique, you know you're not supposed to be recording people.
That man don't want none of this, man. He's like, bro, they turned my podcast into Club Tattletale. You know you not supposed to be recording people. She put that man on the spot. I don't even know if she was drinking. It don't even seem like she was drinking. I got to check this out for myself. Let's get back to the show.
No. Let me back up.
Okay.
Everything we did was legal. And here's where a black woman really gets the kick in the ass. Had I not recorded Tyler Perry, then it would have been my word against his. And then on top of that, it would have been, he's so powerful, we can't even pay no attention to that.
Right.
Well, now I have him on audio, which is legal to do where we live.
Right.
Okay? We have him on audio. And do you know what some people then said? Why would you record him? Just like you sat there and said, you know it's illegal to... But did you hear what the man said? I violated you.
Yeah.
I mistreated you.
Yeah.
Do you know, Shannon, that's cost my family tens of millions of dollars?
Yeah.
Over a lie and a rumor?
Is he gonna compensate you for that?
I want you to look in your camera.
Yes.
And I want you to talk to Tyler Perry because you heard what that man said. So ask him, will he compensate my family for that?
Tyler, will you come on Club?
Oprah Winfrey went.
she giving it up, boy. She on there giving it up, man. My man, you know what I'm saying? She say, you look on camera. My boy say, hey, Tyler Perry, was you gonna come on the show next? Hey, man, Club Shay Shay might be the best thing going, man. Best gossip on the internet. Monique on Tyler Perry, man. On Club Shay Shay. I haven't watched it just yet. I'm still yet to have seen anything but these clips that I'm showing you all. But yeah, Monique ain't playing around. Now she said some things also about DL Hughley. And we all know that if in case you don't really know, that DL Hughley had a history with Monique. He had some history with Monique when they was on tour, and they was on tour together, and it was supposed to be like a co-headlining tour, but actually DL was I ain't gonna say the real headliner. He was the headliner. But Monique felt like she should have been the headliner. So she had an issue with that. She had some, and they had a situation. She called them out about it. And I don't know if I have any clips from the Club Shay Shay. Let me see if I can find any clips that she's talking about Monique. That she's talking about DL Hughley on the podcast. But I don't know. We just gonna have to go check it out ourselves, I guess. We gonna have to check it out ourselves.
Here.
But I'll let y'all hear what DL Hughley has to say. And we also got that recorded audio that Monique says that she has of Tyler Perry. Ooh, it's gonna get a little juicy here. So yeah, this is what DL Hughley had to say in response to Monique's Club Shay Shay interview.
Club Shay Shay is getting messier and messier. It's almost like Wendy Williams didn't go anywhere. She just got a weight set. So Monique was on. Every time I see Monique these days, she's on doing some greasy ass video with her and her daddy complaining about something or working out. I don't know nobody that work out that much and gain weight unless every crunch you do got Captain in front of it. But apparently she goes on Club Shay Shay and tells the story about how she came on my radio show and I wasn't there at the time. And my co-host Jasmine Sanders played a game that we played all the time with everybody called Would You Rather. She apparently was so offended by that she said she got off. She called me. Monique did, and she said I was very dismissive, like, Monique's a liar. When Monique did call me, I heard her complaints, I listened to her, and I pulled the segment. So if I had been as dismissive as she alleges I was, that segment would have aired. It didn't, because I respected her wishes. She's a liar. It's also befuddles the shit out of me how somebody who as a comedian talks as much shit about everybody else as she does, she has the temerity to be offended about anything as much shit as you say about people. Then she encouraged everybody, allegedly it stems from the fact that I used to always talk shit about her on video after video, and she encouraged her sweet babies to look at the video and find them. Do that. Do exactly what she says. And you know what you're not going to find? You're not going to find any evidence of that because Monique is a fucking liar. She's lying about that. But what you will find is Monique talking shit about some alleged contract dispute we had. Look at the ticket. It says DL Hughley, then Monique. She knows the story. But what she did in response to that, she talked about my dog, my wife. This broad even brought out my daughter's personal trauma. My daughter was molested and Monique brought that shit out and told the world that I allowed my daughter to be raped in front of me.
Hold on. That man said she talked about my dog? That man said she talked about my dog, my wife?
Brought out my daughter's personal trauma. My dispute we had. Look at the ticket. It says DL Hughley, then Monique. She knows the story. But what she did in response to that, she talked about my dog, my wife. This broad even...
What was it? Dog, wife? What, was there a separation there? Was there a comma there, DL? Was there a separation? Or was that just a way of you saying she talked about my... No.
Brought out my daughter's personal trauma. My daughter was molested and Monique brought that shit out and told the world that I allowed my daughter to be raped in front of me. The lying motherfucker. She knows she was lying. And it only stopped when everybody from my family checked her. It's interesting. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? You won't ever see her with her family. Videos with her children or grandchildren. Because nobody fucks with me. How do you have sweet babies when your own babies don't fuck with you? How do you love us for real when there's no evidence of anybody loving you for real? Except your daddy, who you apparently have to pay. And FYI, daughters are paid for by daddies. Not daddies who get paid by their daughters. You know what else you won't see Monique doing? Telling jokes. Monique if she'd have spent as much time actually writing jokes and writing her Netflix special as she did complaining about not having one, it wouldn't have been trash. It got the worst reviews of any Netflix special in history. Because that's what Monique does. She complains and she has grievances. You never see her being a human being. You never see her being sweet and warm to people. Except when she's using it to butter somebody up to get something. There's a reason why everywhere she goes, shit starts. Everywhere she goes. How is it that nobody fucks with you? Not even your family. How do you... Or I was on the road getting it. I get it every goddamn week. Look at my schedule versus yours. See how much I'm going. And I still manage to have a relationship that I cherish with my children. Can you say the same? You can't. Because all you do is talk about your grievances and who did you wrong. There's a reason you're by yourself. There's a reason you got to pay a man to love you. It's sad.
Whoa.
Well.
And you could tell that he kind of was very, very upset because he started, mixing up the words a little bit. He said, nobody fucks with me. You know what I'm saying? And then when he hit the, she's
her with her family, videos with her children or grandchildren. Because nobody fucks with me.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We got what he was trying to say, but you could tell the DL was peed off. He was peed off. Not paid off either. All right, so yeah, we're gonna have to watch this interview. It is Cat Williams of February, but it's in Monique form. He killed it when he said it's like Wendy Williams is back, but she got on weights.
He is saying, wait a minute, hold up.
Here is the leaked recorded footage from May of 2017 of Tyler Perry admitting that he lied on Monique, that Monique says that she recorded of Tyler Perry. Here we go.
He is saying, wait a minute, hold up. We don't know this sister to be no bullshitter. We know she a loudmouth. We know she'll say some shit off the wall. But what we know about it is she true to her word.
And all I would ask you is two questions. The first question is, did you not just say it was wrong?
Tyler.
Did you not just say it was wrong, Tyler? To say she was difficult for not doing something that she was not contractually obligated to do? Did you not say that you would feel that that was wrong? Or am I missing something?
I absolutely said that, yes.
So the question I would say is...
Okay, is there a number? Taking that back to them was just a huge problem, okay? And I'm going to say a couple of things in a minute, because I just watched your podcast, and it really broke my heart, because number one, I feel you. I feel the sadness that's from you in all of this. And I don't want you to feel that. I mean, especially for me. I can't speak for anybody else. But for me, I'm not anyone that wants to hurt or offend anybody, especially you. I think you are brilliantly talented. I think you should have a lot more happening that award. I thought for sure that if you had campaigned and won it and played by their rules, what would happen is in the next deal, you would have got more money, millions of dollars, and your career in the film would have been much different. I believe that much in your talent. So in saying all of that, I just say it's just heartbreaking, because I don't ever want you to think that I'm not trying to blackball or say anything. Please give me when I say this. I'm not trying to hurt you. I would never try to hurt you.
If Monique asked Lionsgate for a favor and they told her no, and she's asking for a favor that is not contractual, not something that they're contractually obligated to do, and they told her no, but then she went and told the world how difficult that they were, do you think that would be fair or unfair?
No, that's not fair. It's not fair. No,
so the question, pardon me. So the question I would ask of you, good sir, because I appreciate you being honest enough to answer that with a relative quickness. I really do. So the question that I would ask you is this. If we should do unto others as we would have them do unto ourselves, the question I would ask is, how do you sit back, or how would you feel if someone said about you that you were difficult to work with because you didn't want to perform for them a function that you were not contractually able or obligated to do. How would you feel about that?
Well, as I said, that's not fair. If I bring a movie for Monique over there, I'm going to have to say it. I'm going to have to defend it. I'm going to have to fight for it.
Well, it's easy. It's easy because all you would be doing is telling the truth. You are 6'6" black man.
Come
okay?
on.
Listen, I ain't got no problem, man. I ain't got no problem. Trust me when I tell you, I ain't got no problem.
Well, that's why we saying then.
What I'm saying to you.
Then say it now. Say it now.
Say it now. I'm black and I'm proud.
Come on.
James Brown is counting.
I'm saying it now. I will let all of this cool off when I get back out on the press tour to promote my next thing. I know it's going to come up. That is when I will talk about it. But no, it's too hot. It's too hot. Y'all heated it up.
One thing that stood out in that conversation, it ended with the notion that he was about to speak publicly to start defending you or kind of let people know, hey, she was actually right. Did that ever happen? Did he ever come to your defense?
And I think we all know the answer to that. Monique is playing chess out here. She's playing chess out here. And Club Shay Shay got all the juice right now. Definitely an interview that we're going to have to check out this month.
And wrap our minds around, because we're getting caught up in the fluff, y'all. We're getting caught up in the fluff of shit. And we're not trying to deal with the facts of shit. We getting distracted. So when y'all are saying to me, Monique, this is so immature. Monique, this is so wrong. I'll take that. I'll take that. Because when I'm watching our community fall apart at a rapid race, because we too afraid to have the real conversations, and y'all keep saying, let's do it privately, because we too afraid to look embarrassed in front of who? In front of who? And we watching us. So for the ones that say, oh, Monique, you could handle this differently, this is my swing at the bat. This is my swing. This is my swing. This is our swing at that bat. So we're going to take our swing. Thank you, baby.
No worries.
So let me get back to what I was saying. When you start addressing the character of the man, when you really look into what is happening, when a man says, I was not strong enough to defend my daughter against a really, really good friend of mine because I didn't want to jeopardize the friendship. Though he apologized, you have to ask yourself, what kind of demons is that man dealing with that he couldn't stand up to the predator of his child? Of his child. But that same man goes on his radio show and talks about people as if he was sitting in the meetings, as if he was making their life decisions, as if his opinion mattered in their choices. So when I say, listen, y'all, it was important for me to make that post because there are so many little girls out there with daddies like DL.
And let me try to...
One thing about her quote unquote daddy, Buddy going on saying get his little part in, ain't he? Buddy is the co-star of the year, Academy Award winning supporting actor, co-star, the daddy of Monique. I don't mean to make any jokes, man. That woman is obviously going through a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, a lot of sabotage in her career. And it seems that she's just trying to get her just due. She's just trying to get, back to the spotlight that she feels that she deserves. Boy, you got to be careful what kind of when you on Twitter. That's all I'm gonna say. You got to be careful, like when you scrolling on Twitter, like it ain't no telling what gonna come up when you goddamn looking for something on Twitter. That's all. But yeah, Charlamagne the God had apologized to Monique for giving her donkey of the day, and this is gonna be like our apology too.
Bothering them in some way. And as a therapist once told me, if you don't want your peace disturbed, don't disturb the peace of others. I clearly disturbed your peace. I heard Donkey of the Day mentioned in the intro to your Netflix special. I heard you talk about Donkey of the Day on Club Shay Shay. Monique, I apologize. I want peace. I want us to heal whatever this is. I want that for everybody you mentioned in the Club Shay Shay interview. I truly pray for peace and healing for us all. Monique, I want that for you. I want that for me because I love us for real. Please give Charlamagne the God, aka the breakfast snub, the biggest hee-haw.
Absolutely.
That boy gave himself that.
That's good. You doing what's right. Sitting over there looking like a wannabe ass Bokeem Woodbine.
I just knew you had something to say.
Yeah.
I just knew it.
I'm gonna keep on saying you look like DJ Paul Nub. That's what you look like. And his look a little better, I think. Yeah.
She killed it with that, man. DJ Paul Nub, bruh. Okay, go ahead. Just hilarious, man. You are hilarious. Ain't mad.
Let me light my damn. Who my lighter?
Yeah, like that sage.
Let me get one of those.
It's in my bag.
A fresh kneecap head.
Yeah, man, just hilarious, man. Gave him a new one. She ripped him a new one with that one, man. And at least Charlamagne held himself accountable and owned up for what he did was wrong. And just hilarious.
Give him a big shout out because that couch,
absolutely.
man.
Club Shay Shay is smoking 2024.
Yes.
Dropping the clues bombs for Shannon
Yes,
Sharpe.
yes.
As soon as you said Monique's name, he started lighting the sage.
I know, I see him, and then maybe he should.
What you
Okay.
mean? I'm lighting this Palo Santo. I'm lighting Palo Santo just because.
Okay.
You need to go sit on Shannon's couch and be starting mess for no reason.
Pause.
I do DL's radio show.
Yes.
DL Hughley is not there. His team is there. And Shannon, we having a great time. When we get to the end of the show, they say, Monique, you want to play a game? Well, I want to play. I said, sure, sugar. They said, Monique, we want to play a game of Would You Rather. Would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom or Corinne Steffens without one? What? So I said, I'm going to call my brother. I call DL Hughley on the phone. I say, hey, baby, yeah.
Huh?
That's how he responds. I said, listen, I just got off the phone with your team, and they wanted to play this game, Would You Rather, asking me about my husband and Lee Daniels and Corinne Steffens, and his exact words, well, that's how we do it.
That's a great Would You Rather, though.
Listen.
If you are into the culture and you know about certain things, would you rather have sex with Lee Daniels without a condom?
You think that's that you really do? You can sit
would
there.
You rather, would
you
you
can
rather
sit there with your bald head and say that's a good would you rather.
That's why he's like the Palo Santo.
So what
would you rather? What would you rather?
Neither.
All right. So if somebody asked your wife that, what would she say? She would say neither. Or we know how she exactly.
I'm just thinking about the game. Would you rather?
No,
it's a good game. That's a good question for the game.
But what are you getting at? That's her thing. Like, what are we getting at? Y'all trying to say my husband is.
Yeah, I understand why Monique feel the way.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's a good would you rather
and
question.
We calling out Lee Daniels for sexuality. Like, you know what I'm saying? So she didn't like that. But it was interesting
I don't think
to
Lee
see.
Daniels need to be called out. He's out.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Shut up.
Oh, he out here.
Lee Daniels?
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, Lee.
He out here.
I don't know. I ain't seen him in a minute. Okay, Lee.
Yeah, you see
me? You know, I ain't seen nothing about him.
Daniels been waving that flag.
Okay,
what you
I know
talking
that's
about?
right. He
Salute the
better
drop on the clues bomb for Lee Daniels.
You better wave it then. We're going to move on to what she had some interesting things to say about Tiffany Haddish because Tiffany Haddish said some things to say about her.
I remember our beautiful sister Tiffany Haddish did an interview with GQ magazine, and I'm assuming the journalist was a white person. And the conversation turned to Monique. And she said, well, I don't do business like Monique do business, and I'm glad I don't have that husband of hers. And when I saw that, it's like, Tiffany, if you had a husband like mine, you may not have 2 DUIs. if you had a husband like mine, you may not be caught up in what looks like you could have been grooming a child. And I say all of that with no judgment. But when you speak about having a husband like mine, you open up the door. And I'm saying to you, if you had one like mine, you may not sit in these positions that you can't explain the next day.
Right. That's very fair. I mean, if Tiffany said that about Monique and GQ, Monique has every right to respond.
Yeah. People were saying that Monique quoted it wrong. She didn't say, I'm glad I don't have a husband like her. She was just saying, I don't have that husband that she has. So, I mean, none is better than the other. It's whether she was glad that she don't. She was just saying, I don't have that husband that she has. So, but
either way, Monique has every right to respond.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she does.
And then Shannon Sharpe, he's so funny. He said, well, she ain't even married at all, is she? and Monique took a sip of that cognac and said, well, you said it, I didn't.
Shannon don't need to do that, though. Shannon, they already coming on your platform spilling their guts.
Yeah, they
You don't
are.
got to add no seasoning to it.
Sure don't.
Shannon, you don't got to put no sauce on it. You don't got to spit on it at all.
But
okay?
he puts very little, very little.
Very little sauce on it.
He don't
need to
be doing
put
too much.
none because, we, all of us in this room know how sensitive people can be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that little bit of something, they'll
Yeah.
turn into something
Shannon Sharpe
more
don't care.
major.
Shannon Sharpe don't care.
Absolutely.
But why put yourself in that situation
know.
if you don't have to?
Yeah, man.
Monique.
It's deep. And again, we gonna check out the interview. And I know we practically just about talked about the whole interview already on the show. But we gonna actually get to the bottom of it ourselves, man. And we actually gonna pray for all those that are involved. Pray for Monique's healing of the trauma that she has been enduring because of all the bullshit that she had to go through. And pray that she get the just due that she deserves. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully she can get back working like she feels that she needs to be working. And she has some stuff to say about Oprah, Kevin Hart, Cat Williams, Tiffany Haddish, Taraji P. Henson. I mean, the interview is almost 3 hours long. It's currently, after one day, $5 million. 5 million views deep on Club Shay Shay. Congratulations to Club Shay Shay, man. You killing it, man. Goodness gracious, man. You got a truth serum in that alcohol that you serving these people. Cause man, they getting up on Club Shay Shay and they are spilling the beans, spilling their guts, telling it all. Making it Club Tattletale, man. And that is no bad job. All right, man. So we go keep it moving from Monique, man. Again, we hope that Monique heals from all this unnecessary trauma that she's going through. Just get back to telling jokes, people. Let's just get back to work. Get back to telling jokes. And not the bad ones like I tell. Let's get back to telling good jokes. Okay, man, in the politics and allegations, man, before we get into the politics, we got some more black allegations and trauma. It seems that Snoop Dogg and Master P are being blackballed, gatekeeped, or whatever you want to call it, by Walmart and Post Foods. If you don't know, Snoop Dogg and Master P have collaborations in their conglomerate, and they have a cereal together by the name of Snoop Loops, and a couple of other flavors. Snoop is kind of like the mascot, or he's his name is of the brand, and Master P is the brains of the brand. And they had to hire our dear, diligent, and money-getting attorney from Tallahassee, attorney Ben Crump, to get to the bottom of this, man. So it seems that Snoop and Master P are suing Walmart and Post Foods
And here is a tweet from attorney Ben Crump that says, we cannot support Walmart and Post Foods if they do not support black business. Building generational wealth is so important for the black community. Their blatant disregard of the Master P and Snoop Dogg partnership is unacceptable. Black business is good business. And here is the video that follows the tweet.
It was okay to sell all the products that Snoop endorsed. Those are all over the store, on the aisles everywhere. Those products are owned by majority corporations. But when you had a product that was black owned, a black business, they put it in the back of the storeroom. And so we want everybody in our community to join us in saying that during this Black History Month, we want the message to be loud and clear. We stand with Master P. We stand with Snoop Dogg. We stand with Broadus Foods, Walmart, Post. Until you do right, don't expect us to continue to support you if you're not going to support our black businesses. It was okay to sell all the products that Snoop endorsed. Those are all over the store.
Yeah, so okay. It seems that Broadus Foods has a liable lawsuit here against Walmart. And that's the thing, like, black people aren't really going to be able to not support and not shop at Walmart. It's a monopoly. It's the go-to for a lot of our needs when it comes to shopping. But we have to somehow learn how to band together and figure out a way to stop these type of things from happening. And they done called the right one, because you know the attorney Ben Crump ain't gonna play around with no discrimination or getting back at them white folks. He not playing around. So here go another video.
Hey, brothers and sisters, you all know we just filed a lawsuit on behalf of Broadus Foods that was co-founded by Snoop Dogg and Master P against Walmart and Post, because these brothers created this black-owned product from this black-owned company, and yet they would not put the cereal on the aisles. They kept them in the back of the storeroom. And so we want to ask you all to help us with the Snoop Cereal Challenge. Go to Walmart and other grocery stores and videotape the cereal aisle and send it to me and Snoop Dogg and Master P on your social media accounts. Master P said it best. This isn't about him and Snoop. This is about the brothers and sisters who have black-owned businesses who are going to get disenfranchised just like them. They said if it can happen to them, two of the biggest names in the community, then what good can regular brothers and sisters do in this fight? We all in this together.
Yeah, so a lot of folks went for that challenge, and they went to Walmart and they recorded Walmart trying to find the cereal, and lo and behold, the cereal was not on the shelf. But the was still in the boxes all across the land, all across the country. They can't find them on the shelf, but they sure do find the boxes wholesaled on the shelf. Not the shopping shelf, though.
Somebody got to explain this. I wonder if it's more. Get the fuck. Are you sick? What? when we checked the man's phone, he looked it up. He said it was out of stock. Hello? Yo, bro, this shit is out of pocket, bro. It's no way that this man, we talking about, he's like the Martin Luther King of entrepreneurship. He's teaching us, gave us the blueprint on how to be entrepreneurs, how to sell our own cereals, how to sell our own products. And they putting our products in the back, saying that it was out of stock. Never on the shelf. Never on the shelf. It's right here. I am actually in the back. And I got permission to come back here. This is where it's all at. Because there's families out here that can use these. And not for no goddamn $12 and whatever. How was it out of stock when it's right here? And it's been here since...
Were they in a bin? Yeah, I'm going to say, because they're in a bin.
So it's been here since August.
When these bin labels are here, that means it's been put into a bin and assigned to a location back here.
Right, so that's kind of like...
So we can scan it and see like that it's out here.
So why isn't it
There's
out there?
no home location, no flex location for it at all.
So it's saying out of stock on the scanner.
And I really don't know.
Why they haven't been on the shelf? Because everybody's been looking.
Yeah, like I said, there's no location given to them, so that's probably why there's no system.
Set on the box.
Yeah,
no location is not on the module.
Yeah,
So you're right. So y'all wouldn't know why.
Right. Since there's no physical location assigned to it, our systems will not pick it. We don't pick unless it tells us to.
Yeah, these came out in July, so they've been sitting for what? July, August, November, December, 5 months. I know what you guys saying.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is where before it gets hit, who's the people that puts it there so you guys can see that it's hit?
So, home office.
Yeah. And that's not the only video. There are numerous videos that have proof that Walmart is putting Snoop Dogg and Master P cereal in the back so nobody can find it. So what we going to do about it, black community? Are we going to continue to put up with the disenfranchised, the discrimination, the bullshit that happened to entrepreneurs of our, culture? Are we going to continue to, give our money to those who do our people like this? I don't know, man. It's very, very hard to kind of unite the black community to all band together. But where we can really hurt people and corporations like Walmart is with our money and with our spending power. $1 trillion spending power black people have. We have to start learning how to put that together, unite it, and mobilize it to get change. Because again, they right. If Snoop Dogg and Master P got to deal with something like this, then every business owner got to be on alert, because it can happen to them too. So yeah, man, that's crucial. That is crucial, very interesting, and I wonder what we gonna go from here. How we gonna move forward with this? I ain't got no money to be shopping at Walmart anyway. And there's a lot of other places that I've been actually thinking about not shopping and not spending my money at, because a lot of other revelations, terrible, that I have been discovering as I've been going down different rabbit holes and doing my research. So again, we'll keep y'all posted on what's going on with the Broadus Foods lawsuit against Post Foods and Walmart. But yeah, that's terrible. Absolutely unsatisfactory, and no excuses for that kind of crap. All right, so what else we got, man? I'm gonna have to start like another show because there's so much other stuff that I be wanting to share with y'all. And we gonna really start to take this show to the next level, man. Because it's a lot that we can actually be learning, and a lot. I love to share this information with the public, and I'm actually learning as I go. So now for the politics. Politics 2024. It's a couple of things that we have to get into. We have to talk a little bit about Trump, a little bit about Biden. But first, let's talk about the right-wing commentaries. Right-wing activists, podcast host, mediocre bullshit con artists. For one, let's talk about Charlie Kirk. A couple of weeks ago, I made a comment on Charlie Kirk after he went on his podcast and spoke out about DEI, which is diversity and equity and inclusion. And he said something around the lines of, if there's a black pilot on a plane, that he would be worried if the black pilot is qualified. Here's that clip.
Again, I didn't say anything controversial. It really isn't, because what I was saying was completely true. However, it wasn't the whole point I was making. If you listen carefully, the point I was making is that DEI creates unwholesome thoughts. Yeah. Not that I like those thoughts. I think
everyone knew the point.
Everyone knows. You have to intentionally act stupid.
But that was the point I was making is not a controversial one. Is I said DEI actually makes us worse people. Again, I didn't say anything controversial. It really isn't, because
it really is. It really is, and I'm gonna tell you guys why and how. So he said,
you want to go thought crime? Like, I'm sorry, if I see a black pilot, I'm gonna be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. You want to go?
And even his face when he said it, right? Look at his face when he said it, because he think he just said he think he's saying some shit. And so I talked about it because it was taken as a racist trope. It was taken as a ignorant statement. And he and a lot of people who follow him, and I guess that support him, they feel that I'm racist for thinking that he is racist, or for even showing pride in black culture, or for even not agreeing with things that are anti-black. It's one thing to not really be for the culture, and it's another thing to be anti-black. You know? So I spoke out about interracial relationships. I've dated outside of my race before. I don't really see it as, the end all be all. I don't see it as, an absolute trade like they Benedict Arnold of the race, but we do call them double agents because it is rather peculiar that a lot of black successful athletes, actors, basically men with money, go for white women, or white women go for them, however it goes. So I pointed that out, and in my comments lately on my YouTube, people have been calling me racist. They have been calling me out for not doing the research on Charlie Kirk. That Charlie Kirk was not being racist towards black people. He was just showing that DEI is wrong, and it gives unfavorable favoritism or unfavorable advantages to people who are not qualified. So these folks just was coming at me all week long about my comments about Charlie Kirk after he said that bullshit that he said. But I have to thank them. I have to be thankful for the fact that they actually pointed these things out, because it made me do my research. It made me look up who Charlie Kirk is, look up the things that he's done in the past. They said that I was taking his comments out of context and that he's not that much of a bad guy. He's pretty smart and I'm pretty dumb. But let's show here a picture of black pilots. And we know that being a pilot has been monopolized by white folks, white men, for a very long time. I ain't gonna just say white folks. It's a position that only white men have had for a very long time. It's a minority when you speak or even think of black pilots flying planes. So we can use more black pilots in all airlines. And just because a person is black doesn't mean, and just because they're hired because of DEI policies, I think that it's stupid to think that you should question their qualifications because they're hired under that policy. When actuality, DEI is not only targeting black people. DEI, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion, targets a mixture. It targets a mixture of races and cultures and genders, like women, Asians, Indians, Arabians, Muslim culture, and also blacks. Or we can just say POC, people of color. So when Charlie Kirk takes aim at, when I see a black pilot, I'm going to think, boy, is he qualified. I took that as a racist statement that he's practically only saying to rile up a base, to monger fear, to stir up the pot of right-wing conservative white men who feel that they're losing their spot as the rulers of a country. I take it as white supremacy at its finest. And so these folks called me out, said that I was racist, and said, I don't know shit, and yada, yada, yada. And so I decided to do my research. By the way, I also seen Candace Owens say some old dumbass shit that was similar to what Charlie Kirk said. And Candace Owens is not a dummy by far. She's a very intelligent woman. But she also is a coon most of the time. And she's also aligned herself with right-wing conservatives, in which she will say things just to rile up the base and make those folks proud. And, stir up that racist pot that they love and absolutely will pay money to get a black woman to be on their side. So she went a step further, though. Candace Owens said if she's seen a woman that she would question their qualifications. So it just made me think about it. I was like, okay, I see what's going on. Let me do a little research. Let me see what these folks is talking about. Maybe I was right. I mean, maybe I was wrong, man. Maybe you know.
Charlie Kirk, who I worked for and with for years,
There it is,
an avowed
right there.
racist. He says that that's going to be his first thought if he sees a black pilot. And you know what? I said the exact same thing on this show just a couple of weeks ago.
Reality the left has created.
So you can see why the left loved that clip and why they're now calling Charlie Kirk, who I worked for and with for years.
First point, who I worked for and with for years. Candace Owens automatically admitting that whose side she on or why she's biased. Because you're going to be biased for your boss who pays you a very nice wage.
An avowed racist. He says that that's going to be his first thought if he sees a black pilot. And you know what? I said the exact same thing on this show just a couple of weeks ago. I remarked that now when I even am watching a commercial, if I see a commercial and I see a black person, an Hispanic person, an Asian person, my thought process is, did they just get this because DEI? I no longer think the person is qualified. Way back when, just a few short years ago, when I used to watch movies and I used to see a black character, I always just thought it's because he's a great actor. Denzel Washington, one of the greatest actors of our time. Like, he's amazing, obviously. But now my experience has changed because I recognize that we no longer live in a meritocracy. And I'm thinking, they hired that person because they had to fulfill the quota. Oh, we must have at least X amount of black people. And I don't think that they deserve to be in those spaces anymore. And it makes me upset that that's my thought process when I see a commercial and when I see a movie. Is this person actually even a good actor, or are they just checking a box? But unfortunately, that is the reality of what happens when it comes to DEI. And what he is remarking on is true. I would be terrified if I got onto a plane and I saw a woman flying the plane. And I know that we have the United CEO saying that he just wants to fulfill a quota. He just wants there to be more women and wants there to be more black people. And he's not concerned at first with qualifications. That is something that should alarm all of us, guys, honestly.
So I'm going to stop her right there. I'm going to stop her right there because you sound like a damn fool, Candace. Because now, when I see a woman being a commenter for conservatives, a black woman at that, I'm going to think to myself, is she qualified? Or is she just a paid puppet by the right-wing powers that be? Is she just there because she wants to be? Or is she there because she wants to be doing good things? Or is she there because she wants to be paid very, very well? And so it just made me kind of just think even deeper. And it made me what they call that word woke, which it seems to be another word for caring about black issues. You're woke. So yeah, I start to wake up even more. I start to do a little more research. And I looked up who Charlie Kirk was. And of course, I discovered that Charlie Kirk didn't graduate from college. I didn't either, but I discovered that he was born in Chicago, that he had issues with liberal policies in high school, and that he wrote an article about his issues with liberal policies, and he was selected, handpicked almost, to be this new young leader and media to spew right-wing bullshit. And some conservative views can possibly be okay. But when I just start to do the research and I start to see how his organization, Turning Point USA, was started off as a nonprofit organization for him to turn young, vibrant leaders of the country into Republican leaders and turn, young men, mostly maybe I'll just say white men, but we'll just say young men, turn them into Republicans. I start to say, what the hell? Like, what? That's interesting. I wonder how he getting, what kind of money he getting for that. And so then I started doing my research even more. I started becoming more woke. I started doing, I started waking up. And here's what I discovered. Turning Point USA, Kirk has been the CEO, chief fundraiser, and public face of Turning Point since its founding. He co-founded the organization in 2012 at the age of 18. According to the New York Times, he has turned the organization into a well-funded media operation backed by conservative mega donors like the Wyoming businessman Foster Friess. We'll talk. We may talk about him, but it's plenty white man with money. TPUSA's activities include publication of the Professor Watch List and the School Board Watch List. In 2020, but wait. Let's go a little bit. Let's go a bit before that. Let's go a bit before that. Born in Chicago, Arlington Heights. Oddly enough, we're both Libras. My birthday's October 13th. His is October 14th, 1993. I'm 13 years his senior. He was a part of the Boy Scouts of America. I was a Weeblo for a couple of weeks. He also wrote an essay for Breitbart News alleging liberal bias in high school textbooks, which led to an appearance on Fox Business. As a subsequent speaker at Benedictine University Youth Empowerment Day, Kirk met Bill Montgomery, a retiree more than 50 years his senior, who was then a Tea Party-backed legislative candidate. Montgomery encouraged Kirk to get engaged in political activism full-time for the money. He subsequently founded Turning Point USA, a grassroots organization to rival liberal groups such as MoveOn.org. At the 2012 Republican National Convention, Kirk met Foster Friess, a prominent Republican donor, and persuaded him to finance the organization. Kirk briefly attended Harper College and community college near Chicago, but dropped out without having completed any degree or certificate. Why would he need a degree? He's already, So that's a little bit of, background. So let's keep it going. In 2020, ProPublica investigated the finances of Turning Point USA and claimed in their report that the organization made misleading financial claims, that the audits were not done by an independent auditor, and that the leaders had enriched themselves while advocating for Trump. ProPublica also reported that Kirk's salary from TPUSA had increased from $27,000 a year to nearly $300,000 a year, and that he had bought a $850,000 condo in Longboat Key, Florida. He's now a Florida resident. In 2020, Turning Point USA had a $39.2 million in revenue. Yes, $39.2 million in revenue for a small organization like Turning Point USA that was supposed to rival liberal organizations, to get and recruit right-wing conservatives. Kirk earned a salary of more than $325,000 from Turning Point USA and related organizations. So then I asked myself, damn, he getting paid a whole lot of money. Go from $30,000 a year to $325,000? Buying $1 million condos and such in Florida? I wonder what that come with. A whole lot of control. But, I mean, seems like he's down for it. And so I started to say, like, well, damn. These folks got a lot of money, you know what I'm saying, pay out. These folks can control who they like and have people say things in the media that may be false, that might not be. I mean, I'll just say true, but maybe a little conspiracy driven. In 2018 of December, Kirk falsely claimed that protesters in the French Yellow Vest movement chanted, "We want Trump." These false claims were later repeated by President Trump himself. In defending the Trump administration response to COVID pandemic, Kirk falsely stated that during the H1N1 swine flu pandemic, it took President Obama millions infected and over 1,000 deaths to declare a public health emergency. These were false statements. Kirk also spread falsehoods about voter fraud and the COVID-19 pandemic. According to Forbes, Kirk is known for his repudiation of liberal college education and embrace of pro-Trump conspiracy theories. On July 7, 2018, Kirk falsely claimed on social media that the Justice Department statistics showed an increase in human trafficking arrests from 1,952 in the year 2016 to 6,087 in the first half of 2018. He deleted the tweet without an explanation the next day after a fact checker had pointed out that the false 2018 number had originated from the conspiracy site 8chan. So he's basically spreading conspiracy theories and falsehoods and racist lies. Kirk has said the concept of white privilege is a myth and a racist lie. Kirk served on President Donald Trump's 1776 commission, a response to the 1619 project. And, during September of 2021 episode of his show, The Charlie Kirk Show, he called for Texas to create a citizen force and have them deport Haitians. And it goes on and on. This guy, as from my research, has a history for spreading falsehoods, bullshit, and conspiracy theories. But they calling me a fool and they calling me a racist. That was interesting. And so I had to thank them folks. I was like, bruh, I appreciate y'all. Because I didn't know how much of a piece of shit that this guy Charlie Kirk was until I started doing the research. I didn't know, that they actually have puppet masters who control the media and the things that commenters like Charlie Kirk spew on his show that's so wellly funded by their mega donors who keep his bank account banking, for lack of better words. I'm a little tired, so y'all gotta excuse me, but I'm also tired of the bullshit. And I'm just wondering, like, damn, well, how do I combat this type of rhetoric? How do I combat such powerful, well-funded, conspiracy-throwing machine that the conservatives have here with Turning Point USA, the Charlie Kirk Show, the Candace Owens podcast, and so on and so forth. And so in this rabbit hole, I started to delve and I started to learn so much more information and so many different corporations that do some bullshit and really nobody really talks about it because we really don't know what's going on. Here was another one. On January 5th, 2021, right before the day before the Washington protests that led to the storming of the United States Capitol, Kirk wrote on Twitter that Turning Point Action and Students for Trump were sending more than 80 buses of patriots to D.C. to fight for this president. A spokesman for Turning Point said that the groups ended up sending 7 buses, not 80, with 350 students in all. So they wanted to send 80 buses, but they only sent 7. In the lead up to the storming of the Capitol, Kirk said he was getting 500 emails a minute calling for a civil war, calling for being a traitor and treason to the country. Publix heiress Julie Fancelli. All right, this is the important part. Publix heiress Julie Fancelli gave Charlie Kirk organization $1.25 million to fund the buses to January 6th event. Kirk also was paid $60,000 for Kimberly G to speak at the Trump rally. So I'm damn. He got paid $1,250,000 to get 7 buses with 350 people to go to Washington? Damn, I didn't know buses were so expensive. I'm in the wrong business. Shit. Charlie Kirk and the right-wing conservative commentary, that's big business. That's some big bank these guys are making. Cause they damn sure don't take $1 million. I'm not that great at math. I might be, but my math don't say that it takes $1 million to get 7 buses. And that ain't really what my math. And then another $60,000 for somebody to speak at a Trump rally at the Capitol that they basically was trying to stop the election. Stop the inauguration of a brand new president, which sounds a lot like insurrection, which sounds a lot like treason in the country. It also says afterward, Kirk said violent acts at the Capitol were not an insurrection and did not represent mainstream Trump supporters. But my eyes must have deceived me because I thought I seen an insurrection. I thought I seen people threatening the lives of people that were doing their duty to the country. And so then they try to switch it all up. So I was like, damn. It made me want to do more research about this Julie Fancelli person who was a Publix heiress and who gave $1 million to get people down to the Capitol. Because they wanted 80 buses. You know how many people that would have been? It was only 7. They got 350. So we'll do the math later. Let's talk about Julie Fancelli of the big Fancelli family, America's 39th richest family and owners of the public supermarket fortune, who so happen to spend and donate hundreds of thousands of dollars to Republican candidates, party organizations, conspiracy theory throwing commenters, and all sorts of other stuff that you might not know about. They own a couple of Fancelli. She owns a couple of Italian restaurants. The lady pretty old. She like 72 by now. But her daddy passed on the family business to her, which is worth billions of dollars. But get this. Until 2017, Fancelli owned Alma Food Imports Incorporated, a company that sold millions of dollars worth of products to Publix, including $1.7 million in 1996. Publix stopped using Alma as vendor after Fancelli's departure. So soon as she's not a part of the company, we don't need to buy nothing from y'all no more. We just keeping that money in the family. From at least the late 1980s, Fancelli owned 2 Italian restaurants in Florida. She co-owns a private golf club in Lakeland with her relatives. They got billions of dollars, man. $1 million ain't shit. That's like $100 that they throwing to them folks. And I'm like, damn, that shit diabolical. It's deeper than rap. These folks are donating money to people who trying to ruin the country, people who trying to stir up conspiracies, people who don't have the best interests of black people. And then I love to shop at Publix because I feel that the slogan says Publix. Well, you know, shopping is such a pleasure, some bullshit, I don't know. And it made me think like, damn, man. Maybe I goddamn be giving my money to the wrong motherfuckers. And I don't even know it. And then dig this. In December 31st, 1972, Fancelli, then known as Julie Ansley Jenkins, married Moro Adolfo Dino Fancelli of Florence, Italy, and Lakeland, Florida. She met Mr. Fancelli while studying abroad. So Moro, he wasn't even an American. These folks be talking all that stuff about immigrants ruining the country, and that's what they be bringing in. But you got to be the right type of immigrant. Very wealthy. Much like Candace Owens' husband, George Farmer, who was heir to the throne of Lord Farmer, the British millionaire. But that's just another topic. That's another rabbit hole. And I was just goddamn going through rabbit hole after rabbit hole on Wikipedia. And I'm like, damn, this shit deep in the rap. These folks, Publix, it's like you sleeping with the enemy when you goddamn spending your money at some of these organizations. And shit, by now you can't really help it. You can't really talk bad. You can't tell nobody, hey man, we shouldn't be spending our money at Walmart. We shouldn't be spending our money, you know what I'm saying, at Chick-fil-A's. We shouldn't be spending our money at Publix. I mean, I love it too. So I'm conflicted. Cause I'm like, damn, how can I defend myself with such a well-funded army that these folks have? Such organized puppet masters that these folks are. And this shit is just deeper than rap, man. I can go on and on. But it just led me to be a little more woke than I was last week. And I'm on their ass. Because now I can see behind the curtain. It's like watching The Wizard of Oz and knowing that the wizard ain't shit. So for all those folks that was talking shit in my comments on YouTube, saying that I did not take his words in the right context, that Charlie Kirk wasn't saying anything racist, I call bullshit. And I also thank you for making me a little more woke, educating me a little more, giving me a little more awareness to the evils in the world and the way that things so happen to be conveniently placed, conveniently spoken for the white complexion. And you guys are scared because y'all feel that y'all are losing the country, because y'all feel that immigrants are coming in, taking over, and y'all feel that y'all are no longer going to be the majority in the country in, say, 15 years, when a lot of these old people and they old money die. But they just going to pass that money and keep that money into their community and teach the next one up how to keep their legacies intact. And so I know I got a little long-winded there. There was plenty more that I can talk about when it comes to Ali Alexander, aka Ali Akbar, who was an organizer to the January 6th insurrection. But I'm going to leave all that for another time. I'm going to get into that on another show. And I'm going to kind of just move on. I'm not going to talk about Tucker Carlson interviewing Putin because Tucker Carlson is another puppet that is owned by puppet masters. And they pay him very well. And it seems that, again, a lot of us aren't woke enough to know any of this information, and a lot of us don't do the research, and a lot of us end up giving our money right to these organizations that give their money to people that don't have our interests in mind. So it's very disheartening. It downright hurts when you think about it, because I love shopping at Publix, man. I often, congratulate myself. I often feel like I'm doing better when I take my services to old racist ass, conservative ass, Fancelli family $1 billion Publix owners who don't really fuck with my people. But they hire a lot of us and they pay us, I guess. So I guess they fuck with us. One can argue. So these Republicans, man, they be thinking they slick, man, but they are. Not even thinking. They slicker than motherfucking can of oil coming off a goddamn whale's seal's back. I don't know, man. I'm getting a little tired. So I'm now rambling on. And I'll go ahead and move on. Because, as my brother would say, it's definitely the Illuminati. And I just want to say that President Joe Biden may be in a bit of trouble, even though he was exonerated for spreading classified information to the wrong people. He might be in a little trouble because his alibi or his defense for doing such is that he is an old, senile man who really had good intentions, but maybe didn't remember what he did and, didn't really mean to do any harm. And we know that Joe Biden and Donald Trump are both very, very old and can't be trusted fully. I like to believe that Joe Biden has done things to make amends, and that if the black community is so forgiving to damn near everything, then maybe we can give a little forgiveness to Joe Biden, who has seeming to turn the cheek and have been at least giving a little to our culture by having a diversified cabinet, by making the first, I want to say she's the first black woman on the Supreme Court, and by doing a number of other things that may have, not fully made up for things like the crime bill and other harsh laws that he probably is responsible for. But I feel like he at least is trying to make amends. I feel like whether or not he is being controlled by somebody else, it's at least an attempt, or maybe it's more puppet masters keeping folks like me from being a little more woke. So I'm gonna go ahead and I think we'll talk about the rest of that stuff a little bit on the next show. But this politics and allegations part really had me had me locked in, because them folks was going in on me on the YouTube comments, and I was like, oh, this shit get deep, don't it? Y'all woke me up. And I'm appreciative because I was just looking at something that I seen on the internet, and I thought that it was interesting that, you know, this dude had the nerve to say that if a pilot was black, then maybe they aren't qualified. I mean, and I asked them, well, do you get in the Uber? And if a black man is driving the Uber, do you feel that you may get in a crash because you have a black man driving? Maybe he's not qualified because he has a license and his scores wasn't really good on his license. Makes you want to think about it, huh? I don't know, man. I'm just going to take a quick little break before we close and play this freestyle from the late, great Tupac Shakur.
I be picking up the slack. It's all you pop to the tail to grab the cat and rip the track. Cause it's all about making money, ain't a damn thing funny. What me up, son? I be like all in my business. Time to hit that shit. I'm ripping up the track cause I be down with the click and all my niggas in the house. We hella drunk. We went and got the Tangerine, nigga. We ain't no punks. It's time to get our drink on, nigga. And smoke lots of banking up. When we do, we taking money to the bank cause this is all in the papers. Bitches be catching papers and Clinton couldn't fucking save us. And it's all in cause niggas be ballin'. I drop a fucking bitch cause I'm all in. And don't be having friends cause niggas like to talk a lot. That's what we see. That's why we made this fucking damn animosity. I won't quit. I talk a lot of shit. Won't buck it all up. Cause I be ready to throw them up. But niggas don't wanna slang them. Cause I bring them. I be 165 but I'm high till I fucking die. So what you wanna do? Bring your whole fucking crew. And my vodka had the niggas running up the block. My nigga Sock, he do what the fuck he like. And he's next on the mic. So I'm gonna ride a bike.
Yeah, man, the late great Pop, man. Ain't too many, know what I'm saying, that could do it like that guy. I'm gonna tell you that much. So I'm gonna close the show with some bullshit for the fellas. And we'll see y'all next week. This is the 100th episode. So I had to make sure I went hard for y'all. Speaking of going hard, here goes something that'll make sure that you go hard all the time. A double whammy. That boy Party is a motherfucker, ain't he? A double whammy, man. Megan and Jada Kingdom. You're welcome. Which one y'all got? Which one y'all got? Which one y'all got? It's like the Super Bowl of asses. Speaking of the Super Bowl, who we got? Who we got? Kansas City Chiefs or the San Francisco 49ers? That shit smell like agenda. All I'm saying, I'm losing my faith, man. The more that I start doing this type of stuff, and the more like information I start feeding into my brain, I just start like losing all faith in any type of organized event that is not controlled by some type of puppet master at the end of the day. Because the odds of an event being held in Vegas and it be filled with fans from Kansas City and filled with fans from San Francisco, and just the history of those organizations and those cities, it just smells mighty fishy. It smells mighty agenda based. But then again, we do have Patrick Mahomes, who's going to his 5th Super Bowl in 6 years, something around that. And he's going for his 3rd Super Bowl win. But this is also a rematch to the 2020 Super Bowl 49ers versus Chiefs, when I think Patrick Mahomes won his 1st Super Bowl win. But then he had to face Jimmy Garoppolo, and it was a very strong defensive 49er team, but they allowed Kansas City to score 21 points in the 4th quarter. So I don't know. It's kind of hard to pick a side because it both feels like the same side. It feels like a Vegas controlled sporting event with Usher as the halftime show. I don't know where I'm going to watch the show. I don't know if I'm going to watch it in its entirety, but I guess I'm supposed to be excited. And I guess I'm supposed to root for Patrick Mahomes because he has a black father. No way he can be a part of the agenda, right? But then again, they got Taylor Swift on their side, and Taylor Swift made the NFL $375 million or something around that. Then you got San Francisco 49ers, Nick Bosa and them. But they also got Deebo Samuel, Ayuk, but they also got Christian McCaffrey, CMC, and the Great White Hope running back. It's a win-win. But I think that San Francisco should be able to pull it off this time. But maybe Andy Reid rides off in the sunset after winning yet another Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs. That'll be 3 for Andy and about 5 or 6 appearances in all. Very, very tough decision. Some folks may have called it from the jump. But who knew that it would just be so diabolically planned that the mob will have 2 of their favorite teams and favorite moneymakers going against each other in an all-out betting fest in the middle of the desert. That's the Super Bowl for you. I'm thinking I'm going to go with Kansas City. I mean, I might have just tried to go with my right brain because I really want to go with San Francisco 49ers. But then again, I'm just not going to pick a team. I don't know. Maybe we'll watch it. We'll talk about it next week on the 101 DOZHATOLDYA Podcast, man. So I really appreciate, man, all the time that you guys have given me tonight. In case you missed any part of the show, make sure that you go back to the YouTube channel and look at your favorite highlight clip because they all will be there. Or go back to a couple of shows back and do some research on some of the things that we may have talked about that you guys have missed. But that'll be it for this version of Politics and Allegations and just a tad bit of sports. On the DozhaToldya Podcast, number 100, man. 100! Hey, man, I tried not to, make it a 2-hour show, but the conservatives got the best of it. And they kind of, know what I'm saying, woke me up a little bit, and I had to get me some get back. So I got my dog calling me. I got some money calling on the other line as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate everybody who shared. I appreciate everybody who donated. DozhaToldya.COM. If you have any critiques, any music that you would like to send, any suggestions for the future. And also, there's the Cash App. It's bright. It's green. It's beautiful. I appreciate y'all, man. And I'll see y'all next time. Everybody be blessed. Work hard. Believe in yourself. Don't be afraid to be a little selfish because you have to put your passions on the pedestal too. Put your passion on the pedestal and go after those goals like your life depends on it, because it just may. I appreciate it. We're going to get out of here with YK Osiris. I really don't like to spin his music too much, but song called Time Goes By. He just dropped the new music here from Duval. It just dropped, so I guess I'll give it a spin. And we'll see y'all next time, man. Maybe we need to do 2 shows a week. Or maybe we need to do a show every day so we won't have to have a 5-hour show every week. Hey, we'll figure it out. But till we get to the next 100, we going to keep doing this and keep getting better and better. I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. Thank you for your support. I'm Dame Doja, And this is the DozhaToldya Podcast, number 100. 100!
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Dame Doja. If you're looking to get your interview done or be a guest host on our podcast, hit us up at DozhaToldya.COM. Bump what you heard. Remember who told you? It's DozhaToldya.